Ray Dalio has been all over the internet talking about how a civil war is likely to break out. I couldn't exactly see how exactly it would occur, but could it be true that even if Donald Trump wins on election day, that he still won't win? Well, Jamie Raskin is a name you should remember because he tells us that whether Trump wins or not, he still won't win. Mike Benz was on PBD's podcast talking about a coup to stop Trump. Let's take a listen.
Listen to Jamie Raskin. Jamie Raskin in Congress has said, let people vote for Trump if they want. We're not going to certify his election anyway. So he may be elected, but we're not going to let him be inaugurated.
When did he say that?
This is like 2 months ago. You can pull up the Jamie Raskin. I think that's probably the one.
Play it, Ron.
Again, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient because what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified, and then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that.
So if you go to my X handle and you type in provoke breakdown, you're going to see that he referenced basically they're going to provoke a breakdown on January 6th. Now, this is very interesting. So here you go. I think this is one. Right, clear Trump win. This is the scenario. Now, if you go to the next screenshot, you'll see what it says there in yellow highlights with the red highlight. Again, this was in June 2020, being organized by military intelligence, State Department, and high-level political operatives from both sides of the aisle. Again, both the former heads of the both major political parties, who were both anti-Trump. And one of the most consequential moves in their war game for how to make sure Biden was inaugurated, even if Trump was elected, was that Team Biden role-played by no less than John Podesta, who would then occupy this very senior slot in the Biden administration, White House. One of the most consequential moves was that Team Biden on January 6th provoked a breakdown in the joint session of Congress by getting the House of Representatives to agree to award the presidency to Biden based on the alternative pro-Biden submissions sent by pro-Biden governors. This is what they're planning to do. They're going to make the argument that Donald Trump is disqualified under the 14th Amendment because of January 6th, and then they will do the exact same.
How likely is it they're going to do that?
Basically, they have a plan in place just in case Donald Trump wins. Jamie Raskin pretty much just outlined the fact that it doesn't matter what the polls say. It doesn't matter what the actual results of the presidency say. It doesn't matter what the Electoral College say, in which we know that Mike Walls has been promoting to get rid of the Electoral College and give more voices to the people, right? So he wants to go ahead and go with the popular vote. Why? Because they got a bunch of migrants in here, illegals, right? There's a plan against Trump. When you talk about a civil war, these are the conditions that would incite a civil war on American soil. When you steal a presidency once and then you steal a presidency twice, there has to be some type of repercussions because it'll continue to happen. Now, very briefly, I was informed that the CIA helped to push that election in favor of the Democrats in 2020. I already know that there was fraudulent voting going on, right? So I've showed you guys my voter record before in a previous video where it shows that I voted in 2018 and it also shows that I voted in 2021, but I've never voted but one time prior to this election. So that lets me know personally that there's voter fraud going on in the United States of America, and the CIA has helped to overthrow or help to influence different coups and different overthrowing of governments. And I'm gonna read off a list of countries for you right now. In 1948 and 1970s, the CIA interfered in Italy. 1953, Iran. 1954, Guatemala. Chile, 1964 and 1973. 1967 in Greece. 1965 and 67 through 67, Indonesia. We got Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, South Vietnam. The CIA has assisted in overthrowing a plethora of different governments, right? So what would make you think that they won't even think to do it in the United States of America? They've already proven that we can't trust them because they've done and conducted experiments on us. Think MK Ultra. And not only that, you got the Tuskegee experiment. So the government and the CIA has already proven to be disloyal and distrustful. Let me get on Alex Jones. He got something to say about this as well.
We now know what their plan was, and they basically already telegraphed this. They are the desperate Democrats know that Trump is landslide's too big to rig, and so they're resorting to hack attacks, fraudulent votes, ballots, voter intimidation, illegal aliens, just total insanity. And then it'll be a big disputed election, and it'll get Democrats and Republicans all mad at each other, and that's the Civil War conditions that Jamie Raskin and Carville and all of them have been promising, and they want armed uprisings and all the rest of it. I mean, it's definitely, we now know what's happening. Because if they just stole it here and there, there's such investigations already going, they get caught. And so now they're just throwing the whole thing into disarray. I mean, it's crazy. And it's hitting local news, but it's not hit the national news yet. We reported all of the Pennsylvania fraudulent ballots last week. It finally hit Fox today. So they move slow. This is all over the local news. Hack attacks, more fraudulent votes in Michigan than real votes. Almost the entire code keys to all the voting machines hacked and stolen in Colorado. It just goes on and on and on. So that detailed report's coming up, but we've cracked the code. We know what's going down. 100% we know now. Emergency report coming to Real Alex Jones. Get out to everybody. I'll probably be there doing an emergency show tonight. It's just going on and on and on.
So Alex Jones sharing his thoughts on it. Even I've posted a previous video showing you the voter fraud that's going on, and it seems that it's only on the Democratic side, which it just goes to show that Kamala Harris and all these Democrats are saying, will you honor they asking Trump, will you honor the election results? And they're putting him in a corner to say, yes, he will honor the election results, but they know that there's a lot of fraud going on their side. And like I said, I've experienced it personally, so it's nothing that you can tell me, right? And I've also posted some video content prior to this video of them burning ballot boxes. I'm not sure if I posted this, but they also are frontlining immigrants, illegals, into the voting polls so that they can get their vote off and ahead of the actual Americans that were standing in line the whole time. So there's a lot going on right now. And if they steal this election, it is going to cause an uprising. They are even practicing Black Hawk landings on the White House lawn. Take a look.
The dome shot. So I want to get a picture with the Capitol Dome in the background. Let's see if I can get it.
So I'm not going to bore you with that, but just to let it be known, they are preparing for some sort of chaos in the United States of America. Like I said, Jamie Raskin explained the whole plan. I don't know why he would explain it to the world, but he's explained the whole plan, right? So their plan is to make sure that this man does not get in office. But hey, we'll see where the chips may fall. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.